Good afternoon, Ms. Muzalifa. The title of our programming assignment is Electrical Power Calculator from Group 9. Before I start my presentation, I would like to introduce our team member, which is Aina, me as Xinghui, Mizan, Lukman, and Hazil. I will present problem breakdown of this assignment. As we know, electricity is an essential aspect of modern life, powering everything from household appliances to industrial machinery. This programming assignment let us understand how electrical circuit function is crucial for engineers, technicians, and so on. One of the foundational concepts in electrical engineering is Ohm's law, which describes the relationship between voltage, current, and resistance in an electrical circuit. Ohm's law states that the current I flowing through a conductor between 2 points is directly proportional to the voltage V across the 2 points and inversely proportional to the resistor R of the conductor. That's all for me. I will pass my presentation to my group member. Thank you.
Assalamualaikum. My name is Aina Farisha. So for my part, I will explain the scope of our project. So this is the menu for our project. We will making the electrical power calculator. So this is the menu that we will provide for user. So basically, this menu will provide user with a straightforward interface so user can choose from various functionalities of our program. For example, we have the calculate power menu, where this option will allow user to compute electrical power using the formula of P equals to IV. So user will input the voltage and current values, and the program will return the calculated power in watts. Next, for the resistance, current, and voltage, we basically using the Ohm's law formula. So for resistance, we're using the formula R equals to V over I. User will enter the voltage and current. So the program will calculate and display the resistance in ohms. For current, user will provide the voltage and resistance values. So the program will output the current in ampere. Next, for voltage, user will enter current and resistance values, and the program will compute and display the voltage in volts. Next one is view previous result. So this feature will allow user to access the previously recalculated result that already stored in a text file. So this will provide a record of past calculation for reference. Lastly, the exit program. So this option basically help user. It will make sure that user exit the program without using any unsafe data. For the next part is function. So function, we have 6 functions in our program. The first function is calculate power. So for power, this function will prompt user for voltage and current input. It will perform the power calculation, display the result, and log in the result for future reference. Next, calculate resistance. So similar to calculate power, this function will take voltage and current as input, calculate the resistance, display it, and it will log the result into the file. Next, calculate current. So basically just the same, it will ask input from user current, and it will compute the current, display it, and save the result. Next is calculate voltage. So this function also calculate the voltage, present the value to user, and log in the calculated result. And next function, view result function. So this function will read all the result file and it will display all the previously logged in calculation. So this will help user to easily access their previous data. The last function is void save to file. So this is the utility function that will handle login all the result into the text file. So every calculation that has been performed will be recorded for future reference. So it will be easier for user to track their calculation. So that's our scope for our project. Thank you so much.
Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. I will talk about the introduction. Well, electrical power calculator is a tool that is designed to compute the amount of electrical power that consumed or generated in an electrical system. It determines power using important electrical factors like voltage, current, resistance, and power factor. With this factor, it can help us to build in the flowchart. As for the flowchart, it will start off with to display the menu, which is compute power, compute resistance, compute current, compute voltage, display previous result, and exit. Then it will display your option, your choice. Then it will process that choice, and then it will see whether or not you choose the option 1, option 2, option 3, option 4, option 5, or the option 6. For the first option, it will start the first function, which is void compute power, and then it will calculate power equals to voltage times current, and it will show the results. Then it will go to return. If it's not the first option, it will go to see whether or not if it's the second option. If it is, it will check. It will start the second function, which is void compute resistance. Then it will calculate the resistance equals to voltage over current. Then it will show the result. Then it will go to return. If it's not the second option, it will go to the third option, and it will start the third function, which is void compute current, and it will calculate currents equals to voltage over resistance, and then it will display the calculated current. Then it will go to return. If it's not the third, it will go to the fourth, and it will start the fourth function, which is void compute voltage, and then it will calculate voltage equals to current times resistance. Then it will show the calculated voltage. Then it will go to return. If it's not, then it will go to the fifth option. If it's the fifth option, it will go to the fifth function, which is void display result. Then it will open the file and it will check if the file exists or not. If it doesn't exist, it will show no previous result found. Then it will go to return. If it does exist, it will show the line of result. Then it will go to the next function, which is void log to file, and it will process and check whether or not the file could be opened or not. If it couldn't be opened, it will show error, could not open file for logging in, and then it will go to return. If it can be opened, it will show the result, then it will go to return. If it was the sixth option, then it will end the program. If it's not the sixth, it will show invalid choice, please try again, and then it will start over from the menu.
Hello, my name is Muhammad Wakim. So today I will be presenting our program that we created, which is an electrical power calculator. So this program allows users to perform fundamental electrical calculations such as computing power, resistance, current, and voltage. So additionally, it saves the results to a file and lets users review their previous calculations. So now let's walk through the features, functionality, and the underlying code step by step. So over here are all the name functions that we going to declare. which is one of them is compute power, compute resistance, current, voltage, and then to display the results, and then to save the file, which is log to file. So over here, which is the main menu. So the program begins with a menu that presents the user with 6 options. Number 1, which is the compute power. Number 2 is the compute resistance. Number 3 is the compute current. And number 4 is the compute voltage. And number 5 is display previous results. And number 6 is to exit the program. So for the first one, which is enter your choice. And then the next one, which is our user's choice functions. So here we'll be using the switch case for the user functions, for the user options. So over here also we display for the display results, and then the exiting the program display, and then we also will output the for the invalid choice again, which is if the user is using the invalid input, this one will show up, which is the invalid choice. Please try again. So the first function, which is the work computer power. So for the option 1, the program calculates the power using the formula, which is P equals voltage times current. So the user is asked to input the voltage and current. The program multiplies them to calculate power and displays the result. So here are the codes for the functions to compute the power. So the log to file for the power, which is for the user's output, meant by the program output, that will be saved to the file. So the second one, which is the second option, the void compute resistance. Similarly for the option 2, the program calculates resistance using the formula resistance equals voltage over current. So it takes voltage and current as inputs and divides them and prints the result. So this is the third one, which is to compute the voltage. This is the fourth one, and this is the third one, which is the compute the current, and then this one is the fourth one, the last one, compute the voltage. So the fourth one, to compute the voltage, it calculates voltage using voltage equals current times resistance. So it takes current and resistance as inputs and outputs the voltage. So here is the functions to display the results. So if the user is inputting in our program, so it will be saved into the results.txt file, which is what we name it. And then if the users inputted no input on the program, so it will shows that there are no previous results found, which is no previous results found. And then if the user did actually input in the program, then it will shows the previous results on what the users already inputted in the program. So here are the functions to allow the users to review back the previous results. So if the user chooses option 5, which is this one, display the results. So if the user chooses option 5, the program displays all past calculations stored in results.txt. The function display results will handle this. So this function opens the file in read mode and prints each line. If the file doesn't exist, it informs the user that there are no results available. So the program includes basic error handling, which is if the user enters an invalid menu option, they are prompted to try again. So if the file results.txt cannot be opened, the program displays an error message. However, there's a room for improvement. For example, we can add input validation to prevent invalid or non-numeric inputs. And to summarize, here's how the program works. The user is presented with a menu. Based on their choice, the program either performs a calculation or displays past results. If a calculation is performed, the results is displayed and saved to a file, which is the results.txt. And lastly, the user can exit the program anytime by selecting option 6. There are, of course, a few ways this program could be enhanced. One of them is input validation to ensure users only enter valid numeric values. And the second one, perhaps division by zero checks to prevent errors when dividing by zero. So that's all this program is about, and this program is mainly focused, what we built, it's mainly focused on simple and user-friendly tool to perform an electrical calculations and keeping track of results. That's all from me.
Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh, and my name is Muhammad Haziq bin Muhammad Zain, and I will continue to the conclusion. Electrical power calculator is a useful and necessary tool for figuring out how much power electrical systems and gadgets that have been used. It simplifies calculations by allowing users to input key parameters such as voltage, current, resistance, or power factor depending on the type of circuit, AC or DC. And the recommendation is electrical power calculator should feature a user-friendly interface, support for both alternating current and direct current calculations, unit conversions, professional tool support, input validation with error handling, and energy conservation. True enlightening recommendations are all characteristic of a dependable and effective electrical power calculator. That's all from our group. Thank you.